I was going to start with all the usual crap about how much I liked the game and the steps I took in order to tackle this platinum trophy, but fuck it, let's just get straight into the trophies and the story. We start the story by having a conversation with Eugene as he rows us towards the island. Eugene tells us all about Charles and then fucking bolts it, and we have to follow him up towards this train shack. He mentions that there might be a shack nearby with a key, so off we go to retrieve it. We grab the key, head back, open the door, and first trophy.
Open up that door and lead the way.
This is where we get to see our little train for the first time, and our only defence against anything that wants to kill us. After a little small talk, I'm feeling like this is the start of me and Eugene becoming BFFs, but then Charles gets jealous and decides to start attacking, until he eventually kills Eugene. So we continue down the track and come across a new potential BFF with our first mission. The mission? Collecting scrap from his barn. Seriously, not all of the trophies are this mind-numbingly pathetic, but yeah. Trophy 2. We continue on, and thankfully the majority of the NPCs giving out quests aren't quite as dull as the few we've already seen. We come across a lady who actually reminds me of one of my ex-girlfriends.
I ate the last jar of pickles I had in my house, and there's only one jar of pickles left on the island.
But we was unable to do her quest just yet, and we also pick up our first paint can. There's a total of 11 of these to find around the island, and once all gathered, they result in a trophy. This is where we meet Theodore, and he wants us to retrieve a blue box from a nearby train car, which is surrounded by goons. Apparently there is a way to sneak past these guys, but I just led the brain-dead AI back to the train and lit them up with my mounted machine gun. We head back to the train car, grab the blue box, and earn our third trophy of the game.
Now take these scraps and
Back in our train again, and heading towards our next quest giver, Charles decides he wants to rumble. Either that, or he's trying to make some sweet love to my little train. Anywho, we manage to fend him off before arriving at the lighthouse. We find some new breakers, plug them in, turn them all on, and we earn another trophy.
The lighthouse will definitely increase our chances of being spotted.
From here, I then went into a bunker that another NPC I'd spoken to had told me about. While inside, I found some rockets. Returned to my mate John, and this time, not only did I get a trophy, but I also got a rocket launcher that I could equip onto the train.
Working order, so I'll let you take it from here. Oh, and take good care of it.
I then went inside one of the 3 mines scattered around the island. Each mine has the brain-dead AI inside, and an egg. The eggs will later be used for the final showdown with Charles, so consider these the main quests if you will. After grabbing the egg and making my way back outside, I earned trophy number 6. The next NPC I met wanted me to plant dynamite all across a bridge, and tells me how Charles never comes this way, but if I was to provoke him enough, then I could lure him to this part of the map. For simply placing the bombs on the bridge and going back to the quest giver, I got trophy 7. Probably the hardest part of this whole game, and also one of the most annoying at times, is when Charles shows up unexpected. This can happen at any time, and if you were planning on taking the track to the left, well sorry mate, but you gotta go wherever the track is taking you, because if you stop, you dead. I fight him off yet again, and then meet a quest giver that wants me to basically parkour my way to some foils he wants, but can't reach. Pretty simple stuff, for another simple trophy.
You look like a monkey climbing those towers. I sure am glad I found. Here's that scrap you were begging up.
The next 2 trophies are dull. Dull as hell. While I'm editing, I'm starting to think, how did I actually enjoy this game? But I guess it's because of all the Charles fights. The 8th trophy was for literally picking up scrap in somebody's house again. And then the 9th was for picking the lock on a box. Is this considered a grubby platinum? Now I've mentioned scrap a lot, and the fact that after every quest, that is my reward. So what is the scrap for? Well, it's for repairing and upgrading the train. So when I upgraded the defence to its max, I got trophy 11. From here, I then met the dumbest NPC in the game. This guy had set his shack on fire and needed help extinguishing it. With a very conveniently placed water tower and one turn of the wheel, the fire was out, and we got another trophy, and a flamethrower weapon for our train. I then went into the second mine of the game and grabbed the second egg, which was pretty much exactly the same as the first. As soon as I got out of the mine, I got trophy 13. We then meet Sasha, who has been having issues in the area and tells us that just recently it's starting to get a bit spooky. We're tasked with retrieving 8 pages of paper and experience a very Slenderman style scenario. Once all 8 pages have been collected, we head back to Sasha, and just like every other quest giver, we earn a trophy.
Here are some scraps for your help.
The next quest required us to retrieve some meat off a tiny island in the middle of a lake for a witch. The problem is that in the lake is a monster that will come for us anytime we move. So, easy enough, just stand still when it gets close. Once the meat was retrieved and given back to the witch, we got trophy 15.
What a delicacy you found. Here are those scraps I offer. Have a safe night, little one.
I then went back to the train and upgraded my attack power to its max level for trophy 16, before then infiltrating a mob camp in order to get our final weapon. I actually don't know what type of gun this is, but meh, trophy 17. It was at this point where Charles became an annoying fucktard. Literally, fight after fight. I'm not sure if it's just bad luck for me, or whether he's meant to be this much of an annoyance, but I literally fought him off, rode forward just a little bit, and he came back for more instantly, back to full health as well. Annoying killer monster trains aside, we then go into the third mine and grab the third egg. Once again, when exiting the mine, I got another trophy. And with the additional scrap I'd managed to pick up while inside, I then managed to upgrade my train speed to its max level for trophy 19. I then decided it was time to confess my true feelings to my ex-girlfriend, and gave her a jar of pickles that I'd got for her from the local caves. She enjoyed them that much, she gave me a trophy in return.
I thank you so very much, for you are my pickle hero. Here are some scraps as a reward for your valiant pickle quest.
As the renowned pickle hero, I then got the 2 trophies in quick succession. I found my last paint can for trophy 21, and then with the NPC right next door, I handed over his journal and got trophy 22, and thankfully that was the last of all the side missions. I quickly headed to the temple and opened the door, which popped a trophy, which I almost didn't record, before placing the eggs in the altar, and then Charles went fucking nuts and god mode. Holy shit.
You fool! You've doomed us all!
All that was left was to defeat Charles, who was now on a rampage, and my god, I'm so glad I had a ton of scrap in my collection, because otherwise this could have been over so many times. switching between all 4 of my weapons, trying to keep Charles at bay, with him teleporting out of harm's way before then attacking me again and again. Eventually, I'd dealt enough damage that a cutscene began to play. Do you remember the bridge with the dynamite? Well, yeah. Bye Charles, you prick. The last trophy, and the platinum. Woohoo! With the game complete, I can honestly say that I did enjoy it, even though some of the side missions were a bit pathetic. But hopefully that can be rectified in the potential sequel. So, I want to know, have you played Choo Choo Charles? What did you think? And would you like a sequel yourself? Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you next time.